Welcome to Lapis Moon Tarot. In this reading, we are going to explore what you are releasing over the next 6 months. So we just had a lunar eclipse in the full moon in Scorpio, a flower full moon. And so what this represents is a huge release when it comes to eclipse season. And Scorpio is a water sign. It is deep feeling. It is unearthing things that we've buried for a long time in the subconscious, and it's coming up to the surface to be released. And that process could take up to 6 months. So this is, pivotal things. These are momentous, life-changing releases. And I wanted to explore a little bit more what that could mean for you personally. Now, if you have Scorpio placements, if you have Taurus placements, you might have felt this eclipse really deeply, very personally. It could have been end of, some deep relationships. It could have been the end of or a very big change when it comes to the way you make your money, your relationship with debt even. So, take a look to see where Scorpio falls in your own personal chart and in what house, and that can give you some insights as to what you are personally releasing. But today we'll explore as well through tarot and oracle cards to see if we get a little bit more information. So I have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile number 1 corresponds to this rose quartz. If you are drawn to this pile. Pile number 2 corresponds to this amethyst. If you are drawn to this pile. And pile number 3 corresponds to the citrine. If you are, drawn to this pile. So take a deep breath, take a moment, and choose your pile. When you have made your decision, you can find the timestamps for your pile in the description below and in the first comment. I'll get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, if you chose this rose quartz, this will be your reading. So your card is Leo with Shine, number 5. 5 usually indicates changes. Leo also rules the 5th house of creativity, of even children, so they could be considered your creations. All this yellow is very solar plexus. It's ruled by the sun. This is about, like it says, shining, taking center stage, but it's also about what brings you vitality, exuberance, joy, happiness, its expression, its abundance. So beautiful, beautiful card to get. So to me, what you're releasing for this pile is the fear of being seen, the fear of being known, the fear of expressing yourself when it comes to your creativity, but also of what could be in your heart, because Leo is about courage. It's the lion, and sometimes we need to have courage to speak what is in our heart. And if you identify with your feminine energy, there's a lot of suppression that happens in conditioning with society, within our families, within our social circles, where women don't express what is in their hearts. We don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to create an unsafe space for ourselves. So a lot of times we don't speak up because we don't feel safe. And it's really about finding a space where you do feel safe, where you do feel appreciated. This could be within a friendship circle, within a partnership, even a workplace. I just see you coming into your own, having more courage, speaking your truth. And in that speech, you are creating, you are manifesting, you are shining. And it could be creative pursuits as well. So that might actually aid you in discovering this courage and discovering your voice. So whether it's writing, painting, drawing, photography, content creation, whatever is your unique flair, to do that, to let yourself be seen, to share it with others, to not be afraid of your voice. I kind of love how the yellow light is actually emanating as well from this lion's mouth. It's really like the solar plexus coming through. Solar plexus is all about expression. It's about having courage and confidence in yourself and really stepping into it, not being afraid. I love this energy for you. I'm going to place this over here. And we'll get 5 tarot cards around this Leo shine. So to me, it feels like releasing the fear of hiding yourself, feeling unsafe in that expression that is uniquely you. You know, it could also be releasing the fear of judgment, of rejection, knowing that whoever's meant to hear your message will hear it and receive it. And whoever your message is not for, you're not concerned with. You know, you're not for everyone, but whoever you are for, you are going to be for that person immensely, right? I believe it's Layla Delia who had that expression. I want to make sure I credit the right person, and it's lovely. You know, I'm not for everyone, but whoever I'm for, I am really for. And it's really lovely. Okay, let's take 5 cards. What is group number 1 releasing? The Hierophant. Beautiful. This could be getting higher knowledge, higher wisdom in regards to something you want to pursue artistically. It could be also confronting the conformity within the space you're in. So perhaps you are a part of a religious upbringing, a type of thinking, a type of belief system that is very rigid, and you are taking a hard look at your belief system. Not necessarily in a negative way, but in a more contemplative way of how that might have affected you, how that might have influenced your choices. You might even want to pursue more into that tradition, into that belief system, or adapt it to yourself. 9 of Pentacles. This fear that if you stop producing, if you stop being productive, if you don't grind, you're going to lose it all. Your financial base, your financial stability is completely dependent on your exhaustive productivity. And that is a very, I want to say, toxic masculine energy that is prevailing right now. And it's toxic to both women and men. This idea that we don't need rest, replenishment, that we don't need art and creativity, that we don't need meditation and contemplation, and that the minute you stop and take a rest or a pause, you lose everything you've gained so far. And it's scary. I mean, I can understand that fear, that belief that as soon as you're no longer useful in society's eyes, you'll be on the outskirts. You'll be, on the outs. This mentality prevents us from pursuing the things that bring us joy, pursuing the things that we would actually be good at, we would actually excel. These are soul gifts that we came into this earth with. And we put them to the side to do what is practical, what is dependable, what we know will bring us financial stability, even at the cost of our health, of our spirituality, of our creativity. And on the other side of that workaholism, that addiction to productivity, is the 8 of Pentacles in the upright, talking about mastery, mastering your craft, having dedication and hard work in a way that suits you, suits your life, suits your gifts, suits your goals, and you enjoy it. I mean, this person is crafting out of creativity, out of love, out of mastery. They love what they do. And yes, it brings them monetary gain, but that's not why they do it. They have this dedication, this commitment, this almost need to express themselves in what they do. And it benefits them and it benefits others. And that's why there's this monetary exchange for whatever it is that they bring, the service, the product, the creativity that they put out into the world. And it's not coming from a fear base, whereas they think that the minute they stop doing this craft, oh no, no one's going to buy my product or my service anymore. I'm going to be obsolete. There's none of that fear. Let's get you 2 more. The Nine of Wands. You have a lot of grit and determination. You know what you want in your life, and you have worked hard for it. The Nine of Wands talks about having fought lots of battles and just to hang on a little longer. Like the end is near. You know, you go from the 9 to the 10 to the completion card. So the message here is, and you've got 2 9s coming through. You're almost there. This eclipse season is letting you know that perhaps you're letting go of this mentality, this burnout, this grind. You're going to get the knowledge, the wisdom to do things differently from a place of expertise, of mastery, of joy, of love. And it's not going to feel like a battle. You're not struggling. You're not, dreading waking up and going to work on a Monday. Let's get you one last one. That's really lovely. Oh my goodness, King of Cups. I love this for you. Having fulfillment. That's what I see for you. Your cup is full. The King of Cups is, it says, devoted, emotionally mature and balanced, intuitive, compassionate, supportive, and an empath. He is a king because he is at the top of his game. And you don't get there if you are exhausted, grinding, battling, living in fear. Those aren't emotions of a high vibration. This king lives his best life because he doesn't allow, first of all, his emotions to rule him. So he's not driven by fear to do what he does. He's not driven by the motivation of, if I stop now, no one, is going to buy my product. No one's going to hire me. I'm going to lose it all. There's none of that anxiety. There's none of that fear. He's living out of his heart space, knowing, believing that what he does do, out of love, out of fulfillment, out of devotion, is enough, and that completes him. And because he has this confidence in himself, this belief in himself, this stability, this emotional maturity, nothing shakes him on the outside. He doesn't have to battle. He knows that his work will speak for itself, with the right circles especially. So that's where that maturity comes in. That's really lovely. Let's get you a little bit more. I have a lot of earth energies coming through here as well. So see Taurus, Virgo has come out twice, Sagittarius and Scorpio as well. We just talked about how this is a Scorpio full moon eclipse and the signs of Scorpio and Taurus were affected. That could be significant in your chart. You could also be a Leo and it's time to step into your 5th house. It could be that the Scorpio full moon is happening in your 5th house as well. A lot of things that are coming through here. Oh, you know what? We will take all 3. Just going to get that one off the floor. All right. So how can we accelerate this healing, this process of purging, of ending cycles that are not good for you? The Weaver, Lavender. That's beautiful. I don't think I've had this card before. I love the mother energy that's coming through here. We've got a spider web as well. Feels very, creative, like the fates weaving your life path. But in this case, I feel like you are weaving your own life path. Nurture with lemon balm. You have the symbolism of the bee here. To me, bees are all about propagation, about wealth, the sweetness of honey. Ginseng with the magician. Amazing. Jupiter coming through twice here. You also have Uranus here about how expansion, blessings, they can come out of nowhere. They can come out of left field. And a lot of times they come through not because of what you're doing, but about your belief system. Believing you are deserving of having fulfillment, of living your life with ease, with doing things that you love. And that brings you the monetary gain, the monetary stability, where you don't have to have it so hard. This is lovely. I'm going to read you the Weaver with lavender number 20. That one is really calling to me. In the upright, Weaver of potential, new beginnings, intuitive intellect, contemplative phase, emotional fulfillment, walking in alignment. Yes, I felt that emotional fulfillment. It's ruled by Mercury, which is all about communication and intellect. You might be getting communications. You know, I see these now, the angels that are floating above. You might be receiving communication in your dream state. Your intuition is really heightened. Let's see what the guidance says. Lavender is much like the medicine of spider, a master communicator that organizes, refines, and systemizes many elements in life. Lavender's medicine provides us the power of discipline and focused energy, key elements to enable aligned manifestation. Spider is here today to remind you that when you're not communicating from a higher alignment, we quickly become entangled, overly critical, and even block the flow of creativity and healing communication. Connect to the energy of spiral to journey deep in your shadows and allow this organizing system to facilitate higher alignment to your foundation when needed. Use the gifts of communication such as music, poetry, art, and dance to nurture creativity as you weave your life. This is completely confirming what we saw with Leo, with Shine, with having things from your 5th house, which is all about creativity. Spur this change, spur this belief system for you. I love this. My little cat's coming to say hello. I think it's a confirmation. Let's get you one final message here. Tuberose, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Desire. Be certain of where you place your passion. Yes, beautiful. Place it where you are emboldened, where you have courage to pursue it, where you are fulfilled. I'm just going to take him out of the way. Oh my goodness. All right. Where you feel you have ease, where you feel your gifts lie. And as your confidence grows, you become this magician, you become this weaver. You're able to manifest that life, manifest the opportunities, manifest the income through doing the things that you love, that you're mastering. I love this for you. I hope that resonated, and I'll see you on my next one. Group number 2, if you chose this amethyst cluster, this will be your reading. Your card is solar calm, clarifying. That's really lovely. So I'm assuming this is the opposite of having solar flares. This is when the sun is calm. And to me, that feels like shining a steady, gentle light on the parts of your life where you're looking to have change, to have clarity, to have understanding. So meditation feels really important here. There's kind of this alignment, feels like almost centering your chakras. So meditation might be an important tool for you to gain clarity, to shed light on the things that you enjoy, that you are trying to have more of. And in that sense, you're also clarifying or shedding light on your shadow. And when we do that, that's when the shadow work begins. That's when we actually start the healing process, is first identifying the parts of ourselves we haven't been looking at, the parts of ourselves that we shy away from, that we don't want to look at, that we kind of keep in the dark, right? That's why it's called shadow work. And the more we do that, the more we have understanding of ourselves, of the choices we've made, of our environments that we've chosen, life paths, all of that becomes clearer. So I feel like what you are shedding with this eclipse season is uncertainty, is an inability to look at your own shadow. You're no longer fearing that, and you are shedding light. Steady, gentle. You know, you're being gentle with yourself. You're giving yourself grace. You're taking this slow. So that could be why, you know, it could be a slow process, like 6 months that it takes sometimes for eclipse energies to play out in our lives, is because we don't want, you know, you're not trying to scorch the earth here and start anew. You're trying to be gentle with yourself, systematic. You want to take your time, so you're uprooting the things that need change. in a way that is more lasting. Now, Taurus is very steady energy. We are in Taurus season. It's very stable. It looks for long-term change. And so you might be inspired by that. And long-term change sometimes isn't radical. It's not instantaneous. It's little steps that we take, little changes that we make that have large impacts down the road. Let's get you 5 cards to clarify the solar calm. I love how the colors play off of the amethyst as well. Your third eye might be activated right now. Your crown chakra may be activated. I think meditation would be really helpful to get clarity as well. You've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse. You might have been going through moments where things have really taken a toll on you emotionally. Like you might have started off as someone who's, let's say, an optimist, and over your life experiences, maybe over some difficult relationships, those rosy glasses were taken off and you've just had this kind of like glum look, like everything's kind of gray right now. And you've lost that ability to be vulnerable, to have your heart in your sleeve, to believe in romance, in magic, and seeing the world through rosy glasses. Things have been heavy, things have been hard. This is Pisces energy, so it's water sign, it's all about feelings. And I just see you very, very heavy. Strength in the reverse, yeah, a lot of self-doubt, inner turmoil. It says low self-esteem, vulnerability, lack of confidence, feelings of inadequacy and inadequacy. So here it is. Someone has made you feel like you were not enough. And you went into that relationship with your heart on your sleeve. So you were very vulnerable. And you're almost, it's like you believe them too much. That breakup, that ending of the relationship, or perhaps even how they're treating you currently, it's got you doubting who you are, what you want in your life, how you're being treated is not fair, and it's broken your confidence. This could be what is also ending to bring you clarity. When someone is kind of like pulling a wool over your eyes, and so you're not able to see yourself clearly, those types of relationships, eclipses tend to, you know, blow up kind of thing, right? So they tend to end because they're not for your highest good. This person is obviously not treating you the way you should be treated, and they're not making you feel the way you should be feeling about yourself. You know, someone is meant to uplift you, especially in a partnership. You could have healing together, you could have growth together, but if they're breaking you down, they're breaking your confidence, they're making you feel like you're not enough, they're almost punishing you for your vulnerability. This is not a healthy relationship. 8 of Wands, communication coming in, email, text, letter. Something's going to come in that's going to let you see this for what it really is, if you haven't already. You know, it's going to give you that clarity. It's going to give you that strength to finally let this go, to not be affected by this person's judgment of you, thoughts of you, anything they've said about you. It's like wand is fire energy, so it almost feels like it burns away that wool they've pulled over your eyes so you can see things clearly. And whatever this communication is, it could be from someone that truly loves you, it could be from someone in the past, it could be, you know, whatever is needed for you to hear at that moment to see this clearly. It could even be this reading. You know, you're seeing someone for what they really are. You're seeing a situation for what it really is. And you know, it seems very toxic, to be honest. So I truly hope that does come to an end for you as you're getting more clarity about who you are as a person, what you deserve, how you should be treated. The sun coming through again in this card. The Strength card is representing Leo. Sign of Leo is ruled by the sun. So this could be your sign. This could be the other person's sign. but the sun seems significant here. Came out in your oracle card as well. Queen of Swords. Coming through as a Libra. She could also be an Aquarius or a Gemini. This is having high intellect, seeing things clearly. It's like everything you want. It's like having logic, not being clouded by your emotions, by your feelings, by the situations. You're cutting through all of that to get to the truth. And what I love about the Queen of Swords is that even in a storm, I mean, these are storm clouds behind her, she's not affected by her environment. The truth is the truth, you know, and she cuts right to it. She's not this, you know, persuaded by weak arguments, by things that are illogical. She's very, very clear in her focus, in her mental acuity. And so whatever this communication is that's coming in, it really just kind of wakes you up. You know, this truth becomes very apparent about the situation, about this relationship perhaps. And then you take decisive action because of it. You know, she is independent. She doesn't need to have a toxic codependency with someone who's not making her feel the way she should feel. Look at that, and you get a new beginning. I love that for you. The Fool. New beginnings, innocence, originality, fearlessness, free spirit, fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, spontaneity, and a leap of faith. When this communication comes through and you get that clarity you needed, that truth is blatant, you move on. You're done with that. But what I love about the Fool card is, you know, we have a lot of Fool moments in our lives. We have a lot of new beginnings, a lot of new cycles that come through, but they're not, you know, there is a certain naivete to the Fool where they really go through this new cycle in their life with a lot of hope and trust in the universe, trust in God. But in your case, you're not starting from point zero, even though this card says zero because it's a new beginning. You're still coming through with all of this knowledge, all of the experience that you had, this clarity about who you are, what you deserve, or what you desire. And so you're not going to make those same mistakes. Like, this is truly like, here's the line you've drawn in the sand. This is the past, and now we've got a new future with the knowledge of what we don't want, with the knowledge of what we do want. The clarity's come through. I hope that's making sense. I love that for you. Beautiful new beginning coming through because of this eclipse season. And I mean, full moons are all about completion, and after completion you have a new beginning. So that's really lovely. And let's get you a little bit of healing around that. Like, how can we accelerate this? How can we make sure that it sticks? You know, this communication, this truth, this self-awareness that you're getting. I want that to really resonate for you so that you get this new beginning that you deserve. Let's see what we get. I have stillness in the reverse with skull cap. It's being ruled by Saturn, and I believe that's Pluto. Let's read that one from the book. Now, it came through in the reverse. Oh my gosh, Scorpio coming through here. Yeah, I feel like this lunar eclipse, it was very pivotal for you. The splitting here of this, like, of this mask, of this face, and then you see the light shining through. It's almost like, like the veil being dropped. We were talking about that wool over your eyes, and you see things clearly, but you're seeing with your inner vision, your insight, your intuition. This is really interesting. Let's see. Oh, and I had that in the reverse, so let's do that. Skull cap, number 47. In the reverse, breakdowns, fright, post-traumatic stress disorder, unable to move on, or broken. Interesting. The storm has passed. You've just weathered or are weathering a storm. Ground deeply into the present moment. If you feel fear, find consolation in stillness as it readapts. The medicine of Scorpion embodies the stillness of darkness, and it assists by accepting sudden change with ease and calm. If you're feeling exhausted, drained, or depleted, this is the time to pause and withdraw to your cave. You're in the process of rebuilding after the storm. Don't rush, reflect. Take the time to birth a new structure that supports a new version of yourself. It's completely agreeing with the tarot. It is time for you to build something new, but first take the time to heal, take the time to clarify. You know, that going into that cave, it brings about meditation for me, images of meditation, getting very clear on what you want, and then going out and building that new structure that supports the new you. That is so lovely. I'm going to get you one more. Just some support, maybe an idea of how you could do, like I've been mentioning meditation, but it could be that you're someone who meditation doesn't work for, or you have a hard time meditating. And so I want to give you maybe some suggestions of what else you could do instead, to promote this feeling, to get this clarity, to connect with your intuition. Let's take a look. There it is. Group number 2. Oh, I love that. Make a vision board, number 33. That is so lovely. Getting clarity by seeing what grabs your attention. You know, cutting out things from magazines, from books, writing out quotes, lyrics from songs, drawing, being creative, you know, painting, photography, whatever way you love to express yourself. Enter that and arrange it into a vision board, and let this vision board be somewhere where you see it, you know, first thing in the morning, before you go to bed. It's in a very prominent place where every time you look at it, every time you add to it, you are reminded that you're looking for clarity, that you're looking for what you want to call into your life, what this new beginning looks like, what does this new version of yourself looks like, and you get more and more clear what you're attracted to. I love that. I hope that helps. I'll see you on my next one. Group number 3, if you chose the citrine, this will be your reading. You have Neptune with Vision, number 26. Beautiful. What I think this solar eclipse is doing for you is letting go of the uncertainty or the murkiness when you think about what visions you have for yourself. And this could feel like it's not just visions like where you are sitting and visualizing, but also intuition, that you're getting intuitive hits, that you're getting dreams. You know, Neptune also is very much in the dream world. And so you're no longer doubting what you're seeing, and what you're seeing is coming in more clearly. And those two things are very much tied. The more confident you are in your intuitive hits, in your visions, in the things that, you know, are unseen and not explainable, the more confidence you have in those things, the more they will appear to you, the more connections you'll make, you know, whether it's even seeing things in movies or having a phone call with someone and they say something to you that really triggers a aha moment. You know, you get a lot of insights, a lot of like intuitive hits. And I love that because you chose citrine, which is all about confidence, the solar plexus. It's all about, you know, in a way, it's about bringing in abundance. And so these could be visions that lead to monetary stability, to a new career path, maybe a partnership, doing something different than you're doing now. And they're inspired visions. You know, this is coming through from your guides, from your angels, from your soul, from your higher self. We're going to get some tarot around that. Let's get 5 cards and clarify what is being released in this full moon eclipse in Scorpio. Let's get some clarity around that. Okay. Group number 3 with visions. The Tower moment. Wow. Okay. Sudden changes, upheaval, revelations, awakening, destruction. So to me, the Tower always talks about you already know what doesn't have solid foundation in your life. And when that comes crashing down, it's not so much that it's a surprise because you know it wasn't working. but it's almost like you were ignoring it for so long, whether it's, a unhealthy relationship, a toxic workplace, maybe even the place you're living right now is not an environment that supports you, that is loving towards you, that lets you shine, that lets you be yourself. And God, the universe, comes in and intervenes, and the foundation crumbles, right? That's a tower moment. So you lose the job, they downsize. The person you're in the relationship with, they meet someone new and they move out. The, you know, place you're living in, there's some type of situation and you have to move away. You have to find someplace new to live. It's outside of you, but it's not unknown to you. You already knew it wasn't working. You just needed that push from God, from the universe, for your highest good. Now, of course, when this is happening, it doesn't feel that way. And if you are going through something right now with this eclipse, that's, the end of a relationship, that's, caused a major change, major upheaval in your life, I'm sending you grace. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you patience and ease. I understand, no one wants to hear when they're going through a difficult phase of their life that, oh, it's all for the greater good. I get it. That is what the card is about. So let's just clarify that. And it is major arcana. So, this eclipse was big for you. Knight of Wands. It could have been an ending with a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. This person could have been older than you. An older male figure is coming through here, or it could be a woman in her masculine energy. They were impulsive, ruthless, forceful, tyrant, domineering, a weak leader, vicious or powerless. To me, impulsivity is standing out the most. Maybe there was someone who you couldn't have a stable foundation with because of their impulsivity. Perhaps there was someone who had, issues staying loyal in a relationship. Page of Pentacles coming through here. This feels like it could be your energy. You're someone that's younger than this King of Wands. You're more stable. This is an earth energy. This is Pentacles. So you could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, but not necessarily. And you're in this like beautiful, fresh phase of your life. Like, I love how it's like a sunrise. These colors are all giving me sunrise. And a page is someone who's new. They're a novice. They're just, starting out in life. They might have started a new business. This could have been they were fresh in a career. And that potential is really potent manifestation energy. But I feel it was like overshadowed in this relationship. Like, you couldn't step it out into your own because of how this relationship dynamic was panning out. I want to say there's definitely an unequal balance of power in this relationship, perhaps from the age difference, perhaps from the fact that this person might have been more established than you. There could have been a financial discrepancy between the two of you, and they were using that the wrong way, holding it over you kind of situation. So you felt comfortable in the relationship in the sense of from a monetary point of view, but the person's personality, their red flags, the way that they behaved within the relationship, it caused for, this instability that had to come to an end. There was no other outcome here. Love this. The Chariot. Oh, I love that for you. Okay, so leaving this behind, you are moving forward. This is beautiful energy. This is riding into victory. This is the victory lap. After the Chariot does that lap, they, move on and they go and live in, the castle, and they live happily ever after. That's the, in the original tarot, in the Rider-Waite tarot, like you see a castle in the distance. And what I love about this is there's balance now in your life. There's stability. This black and white horse, to me, it's like balance between the inner world, the outer world, balance between the feminine and masculine energy. And you needed that. You need more stability especially if you're an earth sign. You need something that's going to be built on a firm foundation. That's really important to you, and that's where your success lies. 8 of Wands, final card. Fast communications. Could be an email that comes through. This could be a letter. This could be, a phone call you get from a person, and they just say something to you that propels you forward. and it enables this chariot moment. So it could be, information coming through that allows you to move as far away from this person as possible. This could be like, moving away, traveling energy, new opportunity coming your way. It could be a business opportunity that comes your way where you would be new at it because of this Page of Pentacles card. So definitely new beginnings coming in at the end of this very difficult chapter, this breakup, this ending. And your ability to trust your intuition when this hit comes, this message, this communication, this offer, is going to propel you forward into this next chapter. It's going to let you leave this behind. You're going to trust yourself. You're going to build your confidence. I love that for you. Let's get a little bit of healing around some support for you if you are still going through this Tower moment. Group number 3. Lemon Balm, number 52, in the reverse. Let's read that. Lemon Balm with Nurture. And to me, of course, it feels like, be gentle with yourself through this change. Oh, 52, not 25. That was weird. All right, 52. In the reverse. Disconnection from the Great Mother, lack of self-nurturance, a wounded inner child, healing the mother archetype. And the 2 planets coming through here are Ceres and Jupiter. Let's look at the guidance. Give yourself permission to mother the deepest core of yourself. Listen to your inner child. Retrieve the unconscious parts of your past. Forgive yourself and liberate the inner child that has remained silenced. Lemon Balm assists us in reconnecting to the gentle power of nurturance. Her soft and gentle touch reminds us to connect to the Great Mother in all her shapes and forms. The medicine of honeybee is here to serve you, prompting you to ask yourself, where can I soften and receive? How can I access my inner child to access great wholeness? Honeybee symbolizes the magic of nectar, vitality, prosperity, and great inner and outer wealth that is ahead. I was talking about balancing that inner and outer health, that inner and outer energy that came through. Like, there's a real beautiful balancing act that's happening here, and it will lead you to success. It will lead you to abundance with this Page of Pentacles. I see that. Let's get you actually a little bit more. What is this pertaining to? What could this communication be pertaining to? We're going to get 3 more tarot cards just to get clarification. That inner child healing could also serve to see what it was that attracted you to this relationship, especially with an older person. I'm not a professional, I'm not a psychologist, but there's something to be said about when we are healing mother wounds, when we're healing childhood wounds, and how those patterns can repeat themselves in future relationships. And recognizing that, looking at that, healing that, so that you're seeing this for what it really was. 5 of Wands coming through here. We get 2 more. The 6 of Wands and the Death card. Wow, interesting. Okay, so I'm going to say that this 5 of Wands talks to me about how you were almost you had to compete for this person's attention. Whoever they were. Like, it just feels like a relationship, but it could have been a family member, it could have been a boss. They were just not stable. Like we said, impulsive. They made you feel like you had to compete for their attention, for their nurture, for their care. And when you move away from that situation, the 6 of Wands comes through here to me to symbolize you see your own worth. You're not afraid to shine in your own strength anymore. You don't need his attention or her attention anymore, or anyone else's for that matter. You stand on your own ground. You have something to say. You have a voice. You have knowledge to share. And you take center stage in your own life. This could be content creating. This could be writing a book. This could be having a healing modality that you share with others. It can come in a lot of forms to take the center stage. And death comes here. This is Scorpio energy. And we just talked about how this is a Scorpio full moon. Full moons are all about culmination, and so is death. Death is the end of this chapter where you felt like you had to compete for other people. You're stepping into your own now. You're stepping into your own light, your own fire, your own passion. And I feel like what's dying out is this need for approval, this need for other people to tell you you're good enough, that you're worthy enough. You're stepping in on your own, knowing you are worthy enough, you are good enough. You know, it's that solar plexus, it's that citrine, it's that confidence, it's that courage, it's that self-confidence in yourself, in your abilities. No longer going to be at the mercy of other people's judgment, opinions, the crumbs that they were feeding you in past relationships. I love this for you. I hope that resonated. If it did, you can subscribe to my channel and like this reading and follow me for more readings like this. Thank you.